What's going on, guys? I haven't made a video here in a little while. Last one I made was Tesla, I think. Uh, this is Lawrence Stokes. I'm with Micro Growth Investments. We do a little bit of investing advice, some other things, whatever you can do to make some money. Today, we're going to look at Planet Fitness. I'm just going to do a little analysis of it, what I think about it, where I think I see it going. Going to show you a couple different platforms. Mostly I use TD Ameritrade for all of my trading stuff, but just got a new MacBook and have not downloaded Thinkorswim on it yet, which I will be doing soon. I just got it this week, so I use Thinkorswim on my phone most of the time, so it's not like a priority to put it straight on my computer. But then I was like, let's do a video on Planet Fitness, and then I was like, I'll just do it on Robinhood. I haven't been on Robinhood in a little while. So let's see how things are going here. I know they have updated their platform very recently. A month ago, it's not anywhere close to this, or not a month ago. I'd say 2 or 3 months ago, it wasn't anywhere this nice. Now they have this option to expand, and they give you somewhat of a better graph. Now, there's a lot of things on this graph that I do not like nearly as much. The first thing, let's make this a little bigger. The first thing is I like my price action to be very big. So this part of the screen, I want it to be the biggest part, obviously like it is right now. This is how I like it. I want to be able to see it very clearly. I want to see how the price has been moving, and I don't want other things to be getting in the way of that. Something I do notice is that the MACD right now is almost unreadable because it's so small. So obviously it's easy enough to just move this up, but at the same time, that takes away from my price action, which I'd rather be looking at. And on a platform such as TD Ameritrade um, or Thinkorswim, you don't have to move your price action and make it smaller just to see your MACD. It's in a well-designed platform where the MACD is just solid. Any size you look at it, you can read it. It's very clear. This isn't bad. I mean, I moved it up this much and it's very readable now. I can see that it looks like it's about to go down. And that's what I'm going to be telling y'all. Another thing I don't like about this, you move it up so much that these things are in the way. They're telling you what the numbers are for the certain values. And yeah, you think, why do I need to see this 1 inch area over here? It's kind of just annoying, something I don't like. I'm being very picky, but it's something I don't like. Okay, looking at the MACD real quick, tried to come back up, didn't really make any big of a push. See, this little volume thing's in the way now. Anyways, made a little bit of a push. It looks like it's turning back around. That's what I'm having to say about this in the coming week or maybe 2 weeks. Coming week or two, I see it dropping probably to the 71, 72, maybe even $70 range. If it breaks the $70 range, I would be a little bit skeptical about going long on this one. It's not really any support below that until the EMA line, which is around 66.50 right now. Of course, it's going to continue to move upwards while the price is above it. So if it does start approaching that line, we could expect the EMA to be around, just to guess, $67, $68. And that would be our next line of support after $70 is broken. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to go down to 71, 72, 70, that range, and then we're going to get a bounce. The RSI is really high right now if we look at it on the 1 year. We're going to get a bounce, and then if we can push through these moving averages, and then we can reach the $80 range, all we got to do is break this $80 range. We break this $80 range, I see this thing going to 90 quick. I'm going to definitely be going long on this thing at that point. In fact, my plan right now is it goes down to 72, 71. I see any sign of reversal, I'm going to put a little bit of money. I do options, so I'm going to have some long calls on it, and then I'm going to sell them if it around the 75, $77 range. Get rid of a few, take my profits, have a few still going, And then around the $80 range, that's where we're going to see. If it bounces and it goes back down, I'm going to sell them all. I know it's not going to just take my money at that point, but if it can break through 80, I'm going to buy more. I'm going to be very confident in it. I think it'll go to 90. Maybe not immediately. 85, I would say, would be pretty quick, but 90, I see it getting there. I'm very confident in this one. I'll show you the background of why I'm so confident in just a second. Looking at this graph, you can't just be like, oh, it's going to 90, but the fundamentals of Planet Fitness, everything I've ever seen about Planet Fitness, it's mostly always been positive. Now we have been looking at the 1 year here, so let's go down to a month. Let's look at the month. We were up 50% on the year. We were up $25. Here we're down $5 on the month. RSI is starting to get low. Not starting to. It's been low. It's pretty low right now. MACD. Let's Like I said, something I don't like about this platform as much. I can read it much better if we do this with it. Still not telling me much though. It's still got room to drop. I'm thinking it's got a week or a week and a half of dropping. At least a few days of dropping a little bit more. 72, you can start watching for a bounce. That's what I'm thinking. The week, same thing. RSI is still low. Got real low here. What was this at? RSI was at 9, 9. RSI was at 9. Wow. And then all it did was push up maybe 50 cents and then just continue to keep dropping. That's crazy. An RSI of 9, and it goes up this little spike and then continues to go back down. Okay, so I did tell you that the fundamentals of this company are good. Let me prove that this is why, the reasons behind that. I can't just say they're good and not show you. So this is Yahoo Finance. I use this for all the stocks I'm looking at long term. The first thing I look at when trying to judge a company is the revenue. So we go down here, we look at the revenue, 556 million. So I'm going to compare this number to the EBITDA. The EBITDA is right here. It's the earnings before interest and dividends. And the A is something that I don't care about, doesn't matter, can never remember it. I think it's like, I don't even know, arbitrary or something like that. But basically what this is the earnings before everything else is taken out. So we look at this number and it's 236 million. So 556 million for revenue, 236 million for EBITDA. The number I look for is I want my EBITDA to be at least 1/10 the value of the revenue. So the EBITDA right here is clearly far above 1/10 of the value of the revenue. I'd say it's 3/10 or looking at it, quick guess 3 or 4/10 of it. Way higher, very good number. I like to see that. After that, I'm going to compare the EBITDA to the operating cash flow. Now we said this was the earnings before all the stuff's taken out. This is after everything's taken out. So this is the money they have to grow the company by building more locations for Planet Fitness, having more sites, just using money in any way to grow the company. And that's what we're looking for. If you want something to go up, you need to have an idea of how they're going to grow and you want to look for possible opportunities for growth. And having $194 million of free cash basically to spend is an opportunity for growth. The beta, I know that's the volatility, doesn't matter. Let's look at, this is something I like to look at. Percent of shares outstanding that are shorted. Basically, this is the percent of shares that are shorted. So not the percent of people who are shorting the stock, it's the percent of the shares of the company. So here we have 4% of the shares are being shorted. It's not the best number I've ever seen. It's not the worst. When Tesla was dropping, I forget how long ago it was. When it was on its way to 180, like a month or two ago, whenever that was, I looked at this number for Tesla. It was like 18 or 19% of shares were being shorted. That's terrible. Um, Tesla's bounced back, so I'm not talking trash about Tesla. I'm just saying 19% on your of your shares being shorted. That's bad. Number between 5% and 10%, not very good either. I wouldn't. Other people are not confident in it. Maybe you see something other people don't. It doesn't always mean you have to follow what they think. 4%, not great. Pretty good, kind of average. I'm looking for 2% for great. So just because this number isn't great, that doesn't mean everything else is just thrown away. So these good numbers over here, both the revenue and the EBITDA and the cash flow, I can just be confident in it and not worry about one other number not being what I want to see it. And this is still average. It's not that bad. So that's something quick. There's a lot of numbers here you can look at. We're not going to go into them. They take a long time, but that's just 3 or 4 that I really like to look at quick, see what's happening, see if they have money to grow, and this one does. This has been one of my favorite stocks recently. I've been in it quite a bit. I do a lot of options in it. And like I said, 72, 71, 70 range, any sign of reversal, any good news, I'm going to be in it. I like this one a lot. If it does break 70, I'm going to stay clear for a little while. I'm not going to short because I'm so bullish on it. It's probably smart to short right now. I'm pretty confident it's going down, but I'm so bullish on this one, I'm staying out. I'm not going to short. Uh, However, if it breaks this EMA, I mean, let's look at it on the 5 year. I mean, it has just gone straight up. It really has. It's a great stock. It's a great company. But this is a lot of horizontal movement. It kind of scares me. This is a big jump, horizontal movement. Whichever way it breaks out here, it's probably going to go that way. So if it does break that EMA that we were talking about on the 1 year of like the 67.5, it could drop pretty severely. So I would stay out of it. Um, but at the same time, it bounces there. Get a big bounce. Hopefully break through this 80. This 80 range is what I'm looking for. If it can break through 80, oh, I'm so confident in this one. I'm so confident making money in this one, guys. Just got to break 80. Come on. That's about all I got for us today. The next video, I think I might do Planet Fitness again in about a week, but I'll do a few more before that, I think, some other stocks. I want to compare TD Ameritrade to Robinhood just to show you, if you don't have a TD Ameritrade account, the advantages of a Thinkorswim. It's a great platform. This is a great platform too, but just not on the same level. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you for watching.